Hi, so my name is Corinne Williams, and on my Instagram and my YouTube channel, I'm known as Lady Lovely Locks. So I wanted to share my hair story. As part of the application process for being a Wigfluencer, which I absolutely love the idea of that, and that's something that I wanted to do. I feel like I already am doing it. I don't have a huge following, but I think as people are exposed to my brand, so to speak, they'll appreciate what I have to offer. I might not, as of right now, might not present all ages and styles, but we'll see. Things have changed. Things always change. I started out wearing wigs, wanting to only wear one wig forever, and that would be the wig I'd wear, for the rest of my life, and no one would know I would wear a wig, and that definitely has not happened. So I find myself gravitating towards, just the colors that I gravitate towards, and the styles are, changing, and my eyes are opening. So I think over time, I will be a huge, influence to people, mainly because I'm honest, and I'm always trying to help people make their hair look realistic and how to make it comfortable, and just give my full honest opinion. But anyways, back to my hair loss story. So thin hair runs in my family. I've had thin hair most of my life. It didn't look bad when I was younger, and I'd have to say, there was times where it was doable, but honestly, like, I noticed from an early age that the styles other girls were doing, I couldn't do with my hair. I couldn't, if I had pigtails, there were these little tiny finger-sized pigtails, and then braids, and just trying to get my hair styled or curled and everything. It just always lost the curl pattern. So it was no big secret to me that my hair was different than others. I kept thinking to myself, oh, if I got it cut a certain way, or like, the magazines, 17 magazine, which is horrible for a teenager's self-esteem, in my opinion, because it, magazines like that give the illusion of a certain way we're supposed to look. So anyways, I saw, I remember seeing this one picture of this girl. She had lots of face layers, and I wanted my hair to look like that. And every time I talked to, the hairdresser about cutting my hair, they would always be like, well, I don't know if I can do that. And I didn't understand why. I just, I had like hardly, any hair was thin, but I just thought getting some layers cut in would just poof, make it thicker. And, I had no clue. And so it just, my hair was thin. When I joined the military, I tried to make it, I saw other girls with this beautiful like sock bun, all rolled up, and it looked really pretty, and I just couldn't get my hair to look like that. And I hated my hair. I hated it. It made me very insecure. I never, I would wear some makeup, but I really didn't give it a whole lot of thought, because it just didn't make sense to have like really nice makeup with like not so great hair. And I was able to get by. I would use peroxide to keep my hair blonde. I was able to work the blonde hair, nice tan look, and that at least boosted my confidence, because I never really liked my hair color anyways. It was like mousy brown, and having the blonde look, it just attracted more attention. which was, you know, a good thing, especially, you know, when you're trying to check out guys. So anyways, I fast forward to having children. I've had 4 children, 5 pregnancies. I remember with the first one, you know, each time it's right about after 3 months postpartum, my hair started shedding. For the first time, you know, after the first baby, it just kept shedding and shedding. It was clogging the drain. It was just everywhere. And I remember one time I was feeling on the back of my head and I felt a bald spot. And, you know, I had my son's dad look, and he had been lying because he was like, oh no, I don't see anything. I felt it. There was bald spots. And I just like panicked and cried and didn't know what to do. And this was like, you know, 15 years ago. So the internet wasn't what it was, and all these products weren't there, and I didn't know what to do. A wig, you know, I've never even fathomed a wig. I didn't know what to do. So from then on, I was trying to find everything I could to, you know, help with hair growth. And I don't know, over the last, you know, 15 years of, I don't know how much money I've spent towards hair products, trying to make my hair thicker and grow faster. And yeah, lots of money. So, you know, several pregnancies later, it was my third pregnancy. Well, let's go to my daughter. So my daughter, after I had her, I kept my hair short after she was born. I had it like at an angled bob, and it still looked thin and awful, and people were like, yeah, I could see your scalp. That was something I've heard throughout my life, like, hey, your hair looks really thin right now, I could see your scalp. I had struggled with eating disorders, and I know that can affect hair loss too, but overall, thin hair runs in our family. But when my eating disorder is really bad, people are like, oh, I can really see your scalp. And you know, after I had a kid, oh, you know, I can see your scalp, or people would just look, you could see how shiny it was. So I kept my hair short with her. And then my third pregnancy, I was 4 months pregnant and lost the baby. Even then, you know, 3 months after, now with that baby, it didn't take full 3 months, but I had hair loss. And it was at that point I started looking into extensions. And that helped, but just still my hair was thin. I was able to at least put it up in a little bigger of a ball. And that made me feel way more confident. And then I learned I would tie my hair up in cute little like boho head wraps. And that's kind of what I was known for. People knew I always put my hair up like that, you know, when I could. And that helped. And, you know, the extensions helped my confidence. I could actually put my hair up in a clip and it looked good. My hair was too thin to wear it down. It would take a lot of work, and I could feel, you know, the clips from the extensions, and I had to be careful how I placed them, because you could see the clips. I couldn't just place them anywhere. And I had asked about like sew-ins and wefts and everything, and everyone's like, no, your hair's too thin, your hair's too thin. I went everywhere. I was trying to find anyone who thought that they could do it. So it was at that time that I started using extensions. And then I had baby, got pregnant, you know, I had baby number 3, more hair loss. At that time I'd worked in a psychiatric facility as a nurse, and you know, it was a lot of times I'd work with adolescents, and you know, they'd be like, oh, you know, are you going bald? And you know, I could see your scalp. And then as my hair grew out, and the thing is, at that time people would be like looking, you know, they'd be like looking at me and looking up my head, and I knew they were looking at how thin my hair was. It was embarrassing. My bosses. And then, you know, as my hair grew back and it was spiky and everything, you know, the kids would be like, oh, look, you got little spikes, I can see your hair growing back, like, because we'd always talk about it, especially with the girls. Guys don't care. But so it was just, you know, I always had peach fuzz and baby fuzz growing out. And when I got pregnant so soon after my third baby, that's when I was like, I have to do something. I was like, I'm gonna have no hair left. And I was, you know, on all my days off, I had my hair wrapped up and used the castor oil, all the essential oils, all that stuff, everything. So many places I had a garbage bag hidden underneath the wrap. trying to make my hair grow. And I was like, this is not doing anything. I don't see any improvements. I was like, something has got to change. So I was at work, and I don't know what it was, but I looked at wigs online, and I bought one off eBay. It was some, generic cheap one. It looked awful. And something had dawned on me that, a lot of black girls had worn wigs. So I was at work and had asked one of the girls I work with, like, hey, are you just curious, are you wearing a wig? Because it never dawned on me before that they were always changing their hairstyles up. I just thought they had so much thick hair that they could just do whatever they wanted to their hair. I really had no idea they were wearing wigs. And then all of a sudden, something just gave me an epiphany, like, oh, wigs, they're wearing wigs. So I started asking some of the black girls I'd work with, like, yeah, like, tell me about wigs. And so one girl, she, gave me tons of information and the different kinds, and it's just so overwhelming when you start out. And of course, all the websites she led me to mainly had like black hair, and I was like, well, I could try and bleach it. So, I had found, I tried to learn to color some wigs myself. I found a really blonde one on eBay, tried to mess with it. I realized, I can't color wigs. I've been bleaching the knots, all that stuff is just not. I thought I could do balayage, ombre. I thought I could figure that out, but watching some YouTube videos, nope. It's more of a chemistry experiment than people think. So I was like, I need to find hair that is easy and comfortable with. And so that's where my journey began. I started with a Gabor wig. It was Runway Waves, and then I also had Raquel Welch Miles of Style. It wasn't easy at first. I had huge anxiety with wearing wigs. Huge anxiety, because it's like I had thin hair and then I didn't. And at first at work, like everywhere, I always had my hair up. There's a couple of times that like my Bible study or just out and about, I would go without, but I felt so insecure. Those days, it was exciting, but it was scary and so anxiety driven, and some of like the worst days I felt just all day long, like trying to focus on work, but thinking about my hair. Like, are people noticing? Like, are they looking at me because of my hair? Are they talking about me behind my back? Always going to the bathroom to check it, everything. It was so much. And so after I had built up, my collection, then I decided, I want to be able to, share this information. So I started my YouTube channel, started Instagram, because I wanted to show what these wigs look like on real people. And I do it near outdoor lighting, or different lighting to show how it looks, because a lot of times the studio lighting is very deceiving. And I just want to show how you can play with it, how you can take a wig that you think looks wiggy and have it not look wiggy. So that's, my goal. That's really what I enjoy doing. And then with this last baby, it made the hair loss. I had shaved my head. My mom was like, here, I'll help you. And so she shaved it. And it just made it so much easier. It was so much easier to just shave my head and be free of that thin Schmiegel-like hair that was sitting on my head, not doing anything, just making me depressed. Because even when I was done wearing wigs, I wanted to hide my hair. And now that it's shaved, it doesn't feel that way. I feel like I have overcome my hair loss and that I control my hair loss. Not that I'm wearing wigs just to hide, behind them, but because I want to feel beautiful and confident. And it's just very free. Now that I'm not ashamed of wearing wigs, and I don't mind telling people that I wear wigs. I wish I would have discovered this decades ago. I don't know how much heartache and tears I could have prevented by wearing wigs. And it's a pride thing, and it's a, we think of like our grandma's wigs, like these old, awful looking things like dead animals on our head. That's what we think of wigs. A lot of people do. And I want to be someone that helps change that culture and helps change that perspective. And I feel like I already have with a lot of people. They're like, really, that's a wig? I couldn't tell. And I love that. And I love, educating people about that. And I really want to be here for the women that are experiencing hair loss, no matter what it's from, and just show that, you know, they're not alone. And if you check out my YouTube channel, I have, you know, different videos I've posted about anxiety wearing wigs and what it's like, and, you know, when you first go to work wearing wigs, and just how you can respond. And I plan on doing more, because they just, you know, not that I have a huge following, but the people that have watched them are really appreciative. And I think that that matters, you know, even if there's not a lot of people that watch, you know, things I've done, the ones that it does help, you know, that matters to me. And people say they appreciate what I do, and that I'm real and genuine, and they really, you know, trust what I think. I mean, they message me offline all the time. It's like a whole nother, you know, side business they do for free, wig consultations, and you know, emotions and the psychological components of wearing wigs. And I do it so often, and I love it. I absolutely love it. I feel like this is somewhere that I was, you know, destined to be. And I love it, and I really want to be able to do it, you know, maybe on a larger scale, just to help other people, help more people, and just be supportive in this community, and just show people that they're not alone, and that they can get past this, and that there's a process to getting used to wigs. It definitely is. You can't just pop on a wig and be like, oh, I'm ready to go. Like, there's a lot of anxiety behind it. I think a lot of that stuff isn't talked about, or people just don't even think about it, I guess. I don't know, but a lot of people do, and I want to help be one of those women that educate and empower. And so that's really what I have to say about my hair loss story. I could probably talk more, but I would say this is hopefully sufficient. So thanks for watching this video, and I hope to hear back from you guys.